Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're in the agency world, you know the drill. Growth and momentum are literally everything. It's what keeps the lights on, it keeps the creative juices flowing, and it keeps your top talent totally engaged. But let's be real about the harsh reality of what actually fuels that growth. New business, pitches, and those incredibly dense, exhausting briefs. Today, I'm putting on my agency consultant hat because we're going to break down a brilliant pitch-winning strategy straight from Chris Tate, the Chief Business Officer at Crowd. He recently shared exactly how his team is using NotebookLM to completely overhaul their workflow, and we are going to take his strategy and turn it into a practical, step-by-step playbook that you can start using today. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll quickly cover 1. The pitch process pain. Then we'll get into the playbook. 2. Creating your source of truth. 3. Automating the initial draft. 4. Refining the human element. And finally, 5. Packaging for the win. All right, let's get into it. Okay, Section 1, the pitch process pain, or as you might know it better, the massive mountain of manual admin. We all agree, new business is the lifeblood of an agency, but the actual process behind it, total drag. Just think about that number for a second. 200. I can practically feel some of you wincing right now just imagining it. You open up an email attachment and you are staring down a 200-question spreadsheet. It's this soul-crushing wall of cells asking about literally everything, from your deepest strategic capabilities right down to your standard operational compliance. The initial thrill of getting the pitch? Yeah, that instantly fades into the pure exhaustion of figuring out how on earth you're going to fill in all those boxes by Friday. And this really gets to the core of the problem, the sheer inefficiency of the old way we've been doing things. On one hand, you've got the internal chase, right? You're interrupting 5 or 6 different subject matter experts across the agency, tapping them on the shoulder, sending a million frantic Slack messages. And on the other hand, you're asking them to rewrite answers they've probably given a dozen times before for previous pitches. It is completely maddening. The perfect answer already exists sitting in someone's outbox. But because you can't easily find it, your absolute best talent is wasting valuable time typing everything out from scratch. So, the crucial point we need to focus on is this idea right here. Chris Tate poses a brilliant what if. What if we could just completely cut that heavy lifting out of the process? By bringing NotebookLM into your workflow, you can literally turn hours of manual typing into minutes of strategic editing. This is a real game changer. By adopting this technique, you are instantly rescuing your team from administrative burnout, and you're letting them focus entirely on the creative thinking and that human chemistry that actually wins the pitch. Which brings us to Section 2, creating your source of truth. This is step 1 of the playbook, building the global repository. Okay, so you can't leverage AI effectively without giving it the right ingredients. This is where we lay the foundation, and the process is actually surprisingly straightforward. First, just gather up all your meticulously crafted, previously successful RFP answers. Next, collect your very best case studies. Got them? Awesome. Now, simply upload all of that directly into your notebook. You are basically feeding the system the absolute best of what your agency has ever produced. By doing this, you are creating a true source of truth. And I don't mean a cluttered shared drive where files just kind of go to die. This becomes a highly structured, single, globally accessible repository containing everything the agency knows. Think about it. If your London office wrote a brilliant response on data security last year, your New York office now instantly has access to that exact knowledge to use in a pitch today. It takes all the fragmented knowledge floating around and turns it into one brilliant unified brain for the whole agency. Moving right along to Section 3, automating the initial draft. This is step 2, and it's where the magic really starts, instant matching. The days of opening a spreadsheet and staring blankly at an empty page are officially over. When a new RFP comes in, you just take those brand new questions and input them into NotebookLM. The AI instantly matches them against the global repository we just built. And because you already fed it your past successful answers, it synthesizes all that information to generate a complete, formatted initial draft in mere moments. It literally does all the heavy cross-referencing for you, instantly. All right, Section 4, refining the human element. Step 3 is the targeted review. Now, I know this is where some people get a little nervous about AI taking over, but listen, we aren't removing humans here. We're refining the human element. Just look at this stark contrast. Remember before how we had to chase down 5 or 6 different experts to write from scratch? Now, we just need one subject matter expert to review the draft for absolute accuracy and client context. Then, one editor steps in to refine the language and add that specific, magical spark for the client. We've completely shifted our people from being exhausted typists to being strategic editors. And finally, Section 5, Packaging for the Win. Step 4 of our playbook, using custom gems. Honestly, this is the most satisfying step of the entire playbook. NotebookLM has this fantastic feature called custom gems. You basically set up a gem equipped with your agency's predefined professional template and then simply feed your expertly reviewed answers right into it. It instantly formats everything into a beautiful pitch book perfectly tailored to the prospective client. No more messing around with margins, adjusting fonts, or awkwardly copying and pasting at 2 in the morning. The whole shebang is packaged flawlessly. So let's zoom out for just a second and look at the true return on investment for this entire process. By removing that soul-crushing manual admin, by not spending weeks answering boilerplate spreadsheet questions, your team buys back time. And what do you do with that time? You spend it going way beyond the brief. You use that reclaimed time to truly get under the skin of what matters to the brand. You get to craft those incredible, proactive, above and beyond ideas. That is the creative chemistry Chris Tate was talking about. That, my friends, is the secret sauce that secures the win. We've seen exactly how to transform tedious admin into an AI-powered pitch engine, right? You built a repository, you automate the draft, you refine it with your human experts, and then you package it perfectly. The step-by-step roadmap is right in front of you. So the only question left for you and your agency is this: what incredible creative strategy will you unleash once you finally get all those hours back? Are you ready to get started?